What if I told you that 80% of everything you do is basically worthless? I'm not talking about Netflix binges or scrolling TikTok. I mean 80% of the work you think is moving you forward is actually keeping you stuck. If that number doesn't scare you, it should. Because the brutal math means you're probably wasting years of your life and you won't even know until it's too late. Now is the time to change that mindset. This isn't a self-help cliché. The 80-20 rule is backed by hard data. 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions, which means the rest of your to-do list, pure noise. Here's the kicker: most people never figure out what their 20% actually is. They grind harder instead of smarter, mistaking movement for progress. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find your 20%, cut the dead weight, and start working like your time actually matters. Because it does. You cannot buy or trade for more time. It is finite, so stop wasting it. Improve your mindset, your bank balance, your life. The 80-20 rule is well associated with Steve Jobs of Apple fame. Elon Musk, love or hate him, likely takes it to the next level and probably operates at 595. 5% noise, 95% needle-moving advancement. Equally successful and motivated individuals use the same technique, and there is no reason why you cannot also. Let's do the math. Say you work 50 hours a week. If 80% of that is low-impact work, that's 40 hours a week gone. Multiply that by a year, you've lost over 2,000 hours. That's 83 days. Now stretch that over a career, you've just worked an extra decade for nothing. This is why people burn out. They're sprinting a marathon on a treadmill, confusing sweat with distance. The scary part: your brain loves the busy work because it feels productive. Checking email, formatting slides, attending meetings where nothing gets decided or done. They were the most despised activities. I used to get stuck in. You get that little dopamine hit, but you're not moving forward. Here's the trap: most people work reactively. They respond to every ping, every urgent request, every crisis someone else drops in their lap. It's like you're playing a game where the points don't count, but you keep playing because you don't want to lose. And the longer you stay in this reactive mode, the less mental space you have to even see your high-value work. In corporate jobs, it's even worse. The culture rewards you for looking busy, not for creating results. That's why you see people sending emails at 11 p.m. like it's a badge of honor. It's not, it's a badge of stupidity. I worked with a senior manager once, let's call him Mark. Mark was drowning in projects. Every day was a wall of Zoom calls and late-night PowerPoint edits. He thought he was indispensable. We sat down, tracked his week, and ran the 80-20 analysis. Turns out 80% of his impact came from one thing: his client pitch meetings. Everything else, internal reporting, status updates, alignment calls, could be delegated or killed. When he cut those and doubled down on pitches, his revenue impact doubled in 3 months. He got promoted, and he worked 15 hours less per week. Here's the process. Step 1, track everything you do for a week. Yes, everything. Emails, meetings, scrolling LinkedIn, all of it. Step 2, for each task, ask, if I never did this again, would it actually hurt my results? Step 3, look for patterns. You'll find a small set of activities that directly produce results you can measure: money, growth, opportunities, solve problems. Step 4, ruthlessly protect those activities. Everything else, automate, delegate, or delete. Here's the hard truth: doing less feels wrong at first. You've been programmed to think that busier equals better. That's why the 80-20 work ethic isn't just about cutting tasks, it's about rewiring how you define work. Instead of asking how much did I do today, ask what moved the needle today. Instead of measuring hours, measure impact. And yes, this means saying no to things people expect you to say yes to. That's uncomfortable, but so is wasting your life on the wrong things. A friend of mine, Sarah, was a freelance designer pulling 12-hour days. She was working on low-paying jobs just to fill her calendar. When she applied 80-20 thinking, she realized 2 clients paid her 70% of her income, and they valued her most for high-concept brand design, not endless logo tweaks. She doubled her rates for brand work, dropped the rest, and made more in 30 hours a week than she used to in 60. Let's talk about the lies your brain tells you. If I stop doing this, people will think I'm lazy. I need to be available all the time. I can't just ignore this email. These thoughts keep you shackled to the 80%. The truth is, no one is tracking your every move. They're too busy with their own 80%. You break free by realizing your worth isn't in your availability, it's in your results. Here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Cut one low-impact task each day, just one. Replace that time with a high-impact activity: making a key sales call, creating a pitch deck, learning a new skill that actually matters. By the end of the week, you'll see more results in fewer hours, and you'll start craving that efficiency. The 80-20 mindset isn't about working less, it's about working right. You've heard the saying, work smarter, not harder. Well, it's true. Every hour you spend on the wrong things is an hour you never get back. Find your 20%, guard it like your life depends on it because your future just might. And once you crack it, you can grow that 20% into even greater highs. The world rewards results, not busyness. Find your 20%, master it, and watch your life multiply. Subscribe to Drawn to Mastery. We don't just talk about life hacks, we turn them into weapons.